Guys, welcome to the I Love CVille Show. It's Jerry Miller. Happy to be with you on a Friday, baby. It's beautiful outside. It's gorgeous inside. Disco Risque in the house, and they are on fire today. If the sound check is any indication what this show is going to be, you guys are going to have a beautiful 1-hour lunch break here on the I Love CVille Network. We're going to introduce you to the fellas. We're going to introduce you to the band. Once you hear this band play, follow them around from live show to live show. Get on the EP. Follow them on Facebook. These dudes pack a freaking punch. Before we go to Disco Risque, let's thank some of the fine folks that make this program possible. We'll give some love to Intrastate Pest and Service Companies. I don't know if you know this. In 1969, this today 4-generation-strong business started with one man and one truck and a dream. This gentleman would go to his first home, he would service the home, and then he would head to a phone booth where he would call his second customer and say, "Can I come there now?" Today, it's 4 generations strong with nearly 100 employees, a Commonwealth-wide footprint, the headquarters right around the corner from Bodo's Bagels, an office in the Shenandoah Valley, and an office in Richmond, Virginia. It's Intrastate Pest and Service Companies. We will give some love to the good doctor, Scott Wagner. Scott Wagner, Chiropractic and Sports Medicine. Whether it's physical therapy, chiropractic care, or sports medicine and just general care of life, Scott Wagner and his team have you covered. Who's got your back? Scott Wagner has your back. Guys, he is the man. He is the man. I have the easy job. All I have to do is sit on this mic and be myself. This guy has the hard job. Harris Tolber, our director. Judah Wickhauer, Lauren Linsky, and the team upstairs, they have the hard job of keeping me on track. On that note, Harris Tolber, Studio Cam, Studio Cam, Studio Cam, Slim Prescott, Andrew, Ryan, and Charlie in the house, baby, and we're going to have some fun. I'm going to start with Slim Prescott, one of the founding members of Disco Risque, along with this gentleman, Charlie, and we're going to start with you.
Yes.
Disco Risque, the who, what, when, where, and why.
Truth be told, Charlie and I were pretty sick of how things were going in other bands. We weren't getting the love and respect that we deserved as the creative talent that we appreciate in each other. Yeah, so we actually had plans for a long time to start our own band, and things kind of coalesced, and the opportunity presented itself for us to go. Yeah, you like that?
I like that.
Welcome back. Yeah, it all came together for us to start this band. Kind of a whole bunch of things came together. I met my wife, who lived in the same town as Charlie. I was like, so yeah, bail. I'm going to CVille. I'm going to play some music and perform the songs that I wrote.
Mrs. Slim Prescott.
Exactly. She is a badass.
She is
amazing. Yeah, Charlie and I kind of locked ourselves away for a couple weeks, making out and writing songs. And we produced pretty much our first double album that way. And yeah, Charlie, you wanna take over a little detail on your sexy self?
I was gonna start over right where you're talking about the making out. A lot of mouth kisses.
A lot of mouth kisses.
You can tell this band has an awesome dynamic. Give us some more intel on Disco Risque.
Yeah, we live together too, so it's just nonstop.
Tongue action.
When we first got this thing off the ground, and you know we'd found John, the original bassist for Disco Risque. And him and Slim and I really just started writing ferociously to a point that we'd written, 20 tunes. And, well, when it came time to go to the studio, we just didn't really want to cut any of them. so we went with it. And the first thing we ever put out, even before we were even really a performing band, was a double record. Because within our past experiences for the last couple of years before this, we knew that the worst thing was getting out with your band. And then everybody's like, man, this is great. Where can I get more of this? And the answer is always, oh, we're working on it, it's coming. But in this case, we wanted to be like, hey, right here it is, and it's a double disc, and so that's how we really tried to come out swinging with Disco Risque. And we put out another record recently, and we're in the studio putting another one together right now. But a lot of those songs from that first record still stand true and really make our live shows a big one. So, we're really proud of the beginning of this band.
I love it. That's the first sizzle reel right there from Slim and Charlie. We're going to send you guys all the content. Grace is watching in D.C. Grace Maja. Jonathan Galasso watching in Charlotte, North Carolina. Tim Ryan, thank you for joining us. Andrea Grenadier. That's my aunt. Hey, Disco Risque, working and listening to you guys right now. Where's Andrea right now? Where's she watching?
Probably in Alexandria.
Okay,
yeah.
She's in Alexandria. Angel Metro.
Oh, hey.
Thanks for coming to the show, Andrea.
Guys go. Angel Metro says what up. Brian Combs. Brian Combs said I caught you guys at Misty Mountain. You guys freaking rock. Give the show a like, give it a share. You're getting some props right now, Ryan, and you're going to like this, from Steve Lanza Jr. Steve Lanza Jr.
King.
Tony Danza Jr. Let me throw that to you here. Let's go to Ryan. Talk to us about the musical influences and what you love about playing in this band.
Yeah. I think most of what I love about playing in this band is it kind of gave me the opportunity to do what I've always wanted to do as a musician. You know, I grew up playing exclusively trumpet and like playing in bands and orchestras, but I always was a fan of rock and roll. Like I wasn't listening to a lot of like Beethoven at home. But, you know, these guys came around and I'd been doing some like auxiliary work in bands around town for a couple of years and they just needed someone to sing. And as John put it, looks like you play a trumpet, we might be able to make that work. And turns out we definitely made it work, and it's just fun to be able to sing, play horn, and pretend like I can play guitar in a band with these guys. And yeah, it's made me get better as a musician for sure, having to like keep up and learn how to play live and off the page. And
kind of fun fact, he was found because our bassist John, we were looking for a singer, and I found a picture on Facebook of a guy singing into a microphone holding a trumpet. He was like, this is our guy. None of us know who he is, but let's give him a shot.
John sent me
I'm not kidding. That's how
John sent me a message on Facebook, and at the time his profile picture was like Homer Simpson or something. So I was like, who is this? I pretended like I knew him. I was like, I probably met this guy and I forgot. Like,
Aaron Patine is giving you guys some props.
What's up, Aaron?
Megan Folger, Hank Jones. We got
That's part of waking up.
Rick Henderson is watching in Richmond right now. Seth Hayes says, what up, what up, what up? Let me throw this to you. And Andrew, you're in a number of bands.
Yes.
Music is in your blood. We'll get that mic closer to you. Give us some insight into what you love about Disco Risque.
Well, I love the guys. That should go without saying. It's really different than all the bands that I've been in before. I played jazz in high school. I played a lot of rock. After that, I was in a jam band for a number of years. But my first love has always been funk and metal and heavy stuff and just shredding and playing off guitar and drums, and it's just super fun. I love writing with these guys. I love playing with these tunes, and it's awesome to be a part of this thing.
I love it. Sammy Anderson says, "Go get it, nerds."
She's great. She definitely roasted me at the birthday roast.
Oh, tell us about the birthday roast. You had a birthday.
Oh boy.
Talk to us.
I don't know if I should be the one.
haven't we spent enough time on this birthday?
Is that Slim Prescott? Come on, last question before the first two. Give him that mic.
I think Ryan nailed it. We're pretty over talking about this dude for a while, but yeah, we had
really over it.
Never. He'll never be. He's out of his mind.
He'll be over it when he's 45.
We had a roast for him.
this weekend.
We had a birthday party at Ix for Charlie, and we had a roast. This guy put together his own roast. That's how into himself he is, ladies.
It was fun for all of us.
He had a bunch of his closest friends just kind of talk shit about him and make fun of him, and it was amazing. Like, everyone that got up there crushed it. His mom came up there, had no idea what she was going to do, and took the night. Like, her just being natural with her super young Charlie stepdad that they went to high school together. They was just standing behind him kind of as this prop while she talked shit about her son, and it was fantastic.
And those DVDs will be for sale on stevelanza.com.
Yes, they will.
Jim Prescott is watching.
Nice, Dad.
Jim Prescott, your
Daddy-o.
dad, Larry Fabian is watching. Colleen
Larry.
Elizabeth. Jeremy Stanwyck is watching in Chicago right now. All right, I know my role here. I'm going to get the hell out of the way. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to slide the mic over here
You can stay in the middle.
to Andrew. I am going to stay in the
I
middle.
feel like your salmon is really. That salmon shirt
Charlie,
is really.
thank you.
Tying the band together.
Show is yours. You guys introduce what we're about to do here.
Can I take 1 second to talk about your shirt though, because it's really inspiring me. They give me shit all the time about wearing salmon, but man, you make it look good, bud.
He called it salmon.
Give it up.
So,
No, he knows. Jared knows.
you're the only
Cheers,
one.
and thank you to 3 Notch for putting out this delicious beer.
Delicious 3-notch beers here. This song's called No Good, though, and I think it was one of the first tunes
Yes.
that Charlie and Slim wrote together.
Yeah, first, second, or third tune we ever put together.
Let's do it.
Awesome lyrics, Steve.
I can't tell you what to do, and I can't tell you what to say, and I can't show you all you need to know to make it through this day. Trust in yourself, nothing can ever come of this. And if your love is all for me, there's no way I can resist. You're no good, I know too well. Heed your lies, you're something else. And I just want you to go
And take these games you play. I wish that you would stay.
Now I want to forget your face.
When I walk away,
The space you left can't be repaid. Took your part of me.
take these games you play.
Every single time you leave,
I wish that you would stay.
I want to forget your face.
When I walk away,
The space you left can't be repaid. You're till you're part of me. You're no good, know too well. Heed your lies, something else. I just want you to go
and take these games you play.
every single time you leave.
I wish that you would stay.
And I want to forget your face.
When I walk away,
The space you left can't be repaid. You're till you're part of me.
I have goosebumps. Dude, the stream is on fire right now. Zach Pavlowski, these guys crushed it at
My
Locked
boy
In
in San
last year.
Diego,
Oh, thanks,
yeah.
Zach. Crushed it at Locked
Love
In
you,
last
Zach.
year.
It was a great time.
Colleen Elizabeth says sensitive salmon. That's a sensitive salmon shirt right there. Phil West says sick. So
Philly
sick.
Phil.
Thanks, Phil.
You're getting
Phil's
some
dope.
props over here. Let me read this, and then I'm going to throw it to you guys about what we just heard.
Mm-hmm.
Jenna Catherine Parinsky? Is that right? Jenna Catherine says, tell Charlie Jenna has a, quote, My
Jenna.
Humps by Fergie request. He nails that junk. Keep up the happy jams, fellas. Much love. Love you guys. Your aunt is digging Disco Risque for sure. Oh, yeah. She's giving you some props right now. She likes the salmon. She says the salmon is fresh. Thank you, Jenna. I appreciate that. Hank Jones says, hey, piggies. Like and share the stream, baby. Like and share the stream. Slim Prescott, what did we just hear? Tell us about that song.
That's no good. That song is about a few of my ex-girlfriends. You know who you are. And
It's a combo.
Roanoke was a fun place to grow up. A lot of good times, a lot of crazy ladies that showed me good times, but also had fantastic songs written about them, about how they broke my heart, Jerry.
Okay.
Lucky.
And we wanted to write some fun songs about, I don't know. When we were writing this stuff, it was a weird time because I just met who was gonna become my wife, and then so I was happy about that, but I was also like, I'm glad to not be in Roanoke anymore, dealing with these selfish people.
He says weird, but it was an emotional time.
Jenna says the stream is about to get really weird. She literally just posted this.
I wanted to make angry music about sad stuff, and but also super fun, jammy, without being a jam band, because
it's
we
not
put
an
our
emo
foot
band.
down about that, about not being a jam band, because we definitely come from jam bands, even though we jam a lot.
How would you characterize your category?
Heavy funk is
Heavy
the
funk?
easiest way to talk
In the
about it.
fewest number of words, I always liked funky rock and roll dance party.
It is that.
I say heavy funk because I'm right.
Okay. Charlie, someone says, don't forget to feed Charlie.
Yeah.
That's coming from Andrea right there.
Charlie never forgets that about himself. Don't worry about that.
Listen, I had breakfast. We all saw it.
He's drinking it.
Jenna says, easy on the name, Slim. Easy.
Easy.
I don't think he did drop any names. I think he just said I know.
Like and share the stream. Like and share the stream. Hannah Dobbles, welcome to the program. Jenna Tomko, welcome to the program. Talk to us about the vocals. They were amazing. You sounded great, dude.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Ventriloquism.
Sexy boy.
Mostly ventriloquism.
did.
I wasn't really much of a singer before I joined the group, so
Really?
yeah, I did a lot of it in the shower and in the car, but not on stage. He's seen it all. But no, it was just kind of something I learned to, I guess, come into my own as a singer, and I still don't really.
I think you're in your own.
I don't always feel like I know what I'm doing, but I feel like I know a little bit more than when I started. So.
Well, dude, you're solid.
Thanks, man.
I thought it was amazing.
Appreciate it.
Hank Jones loved it. He says, thanks, tell Andrew that Mr. Buddy and Speedy say hello.
Nice.
Okay, so Hank Jones, I don't even want to know who Mr. Buddy and Speedy Jones are.
That's amazing.
Rod Gantz, welcome to the program. Guys, we have people watching on Long Island right now. We have people watching
It's my
inside
favorite
Philly
island.
right now.
A lot of friends in New York.
Charleston right now.
Yeah.
Charleston, and we have folks. Everett Smith says, you guys coming to Mo down for another show? Anyone want to handle
Are
that?
they booking us?
Oh, Jenna. Okay,
do the
sorry,
booking.
Jenna. She goes, I want you to name names of your ex-girlfriends, please.
Nope.
Does Charlie want to take his shirt off? Yes or no? That's on the stream
Definitely,
right now.
absolutely.
What is happening around
Yeah,
here?
the stream is getting weird.
This is about your shirt.
She's watching in Phoenix right now. We have folks watching
Cross
in
country.
Cross country right now. Like and share the stream. Like and share the stream. What do you got, Slim?
What you were saying a minute ago, we were talking to Ryan about his singing. One thing, we try to steer clear of complimenting each other as a group, but when we're off on our own little thing, we tend to talk about stuff. And one thing that Charlie and I have talked about the most is how much Ryan has gone from the guy singing the songs on the album in the studio to this front man. He is now a front man. And I don't know if you've ever been to any of our shows.
I have not.
See this dude work it, man. It's crazy. Started off,
thanks,
he was he was figuring it out, and now he is just strutting.
I would love to get a couple of
jaggering
VIP
it up.
passes to your next show. And this is what we'll do in return. Harris will film and shoot and photography your show for you guys to have content on social media completely on us.
Well, check this out.
I would just like to say, I personally heart CVille.
Thank you, Charlie. Jimbo Babowski says what up. Mike Rice says what up. Justine Solaline says what up. Donovan, Trey Beard Young, Alan Gibson, Angel
Alan Gibson.
Metro, Alan
whole damn
Grossman,
crew, baby.
Stacy Trader, Debbie Perry. The show is freaking blowing up right now.
You know, can I take 1 second? to
Sure.
Say, about Angel. She actually is on the cover of our second record.
Yeah.
Really?
Give it up for
She's
Angel
the girl.
Metro.
And crushed it.
Tell me about that.
She's
So
one of the
I'll go ahead and
baddest
tell you
chicks in
about
town,
it.
and
So
Angel's amazing.
we just had this idea going in. We knew we wanted to name the album "If You Don't Like Hits, You're Gonna Hate This," and we wanted something that would visually represent that. And since our name is Disco Risque, we wanted to incorporate the disco ball like we had in the first album cover. So we came up with this idea of getting this like awesome chick smashing a disco ball with a guitar, and I had an old guitar, and our good friend James Cunningham, who is just an absolute
Rock
angel
show
of a
lighting.
man,
James is an angel.
just awesome LD as well. He was like, I've got an old disco ball we can use, and Angel came in there, and you wish you could have bore witness to this woman swinging a guitar at a disco
She
ball.
smashed
'cause
a disco ball
I
with a
already
guitar.
thought she was going to do a good job, but it was actually pretty spellbinding watching her smash that shit up. So-
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm getting told to shut up, Jerry, and let's play a second song. I know my role. Our buddy Doug Robert Niven, who loves live music, is watching right now. Guys, give the show a like, give it a share. Whatever stream you're watching, we're live on 7 channels here. Whatever stream you're watching, like it and share it. It puts Disco Risque in the spotlight. Andrew, this is for you, baby.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jerry.
We're going to do E-Zone?
Yeah, this next song's called Arado Zone. Our first van broke down, and the mechanic, who had no teeth, tried to pick up our frontman Ryan there and take him home. And this is inspiration of that.
What's that? This is
So did the dude.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's a true story.
Dark.
Hey, come to you. Yeah, you know that we're gonna be doing right. So what's the use? Going up and fighting against the night in life. Come loose. We be your real, just give us advice. We be making the rules. 'Cause it's our party. Come, baby, let's play. We show the road if you show us the way in a style of display. We'll turn you up and get you feeling okay. Second nature, I say. See you saying goodbye, see him saying away. Come and join the craze. Doesn't take much. I don't, you know. Let's go to the rider zone. I don't, you know. Let's go to the rider zone. Got somewhere to be. I don't wanna roll with me. You know. Let's go to the rider zone. Got somewhere to be. I don't wanna roll with me. You know. Let's go. You know, let's go to the rider zone. I don't, you know, let's go to the rider zone. I don't, you know, let's go to the rider zone. I don't, you know, let's go.
That's what I'm talking about. And I'll tell you what, you guys are getting some serious feedback on the feed. Hannah Mills says, I Love CVille featuring Disco Risque. Yes, this is amazing, providing me with some quality midday work entertainment. I am streaming you loudly at the office right now.
We love Hannah.
Jim Prescott, I am so proud of you guys. From Jim Prescott right now. That's your dad?
That's my dad.
Yeah, your dad is so proud. Alan Gibson says, killer, killer, killer band. You guys have a following. Talk to me about this, Charlie. You started it with Slim, a band from nothing into something. You guys have momentum, fanfare, and traction. What does this mean to you? How does it make you feel?
It's really, really, really crazy what this band's accomplished, and also still how much we still have our goals set on. You know, there's no part of us right now that is content where we're at. You know, all we're trying to do is just move forward, and keep pushing our music to everybody. But I'll tell you what, it really does mean a lot to have people who care and who know the words to your songs and who want to listen to your music when they're having any kind of day. And what what your music can mean to anybody is what music means to me. So I'm really proud of this band for sure. But once again, just moving nowhere but forward and really not content with anything until big lights.
We set these steps for ourselves as a band, like different plateaus, different levels, kind of leveling up as a band at every level.
What are the steps? What are the goals?
I mean, really, just get our name
What are
out
the
there,
steps?
release the album, find like somewhere.
like goals, you know what I mean?
They're goals, I guess, like having somewhere where we can permanently rehearse. We figured that out. Like one of the biggest steps that we just accomplished is we just got a brand new band van.
Vando Calrissian.
Yeah, we had one go down.
So
on
like I
us
was saying,
and-
we have these different levels and we're trying to do things, but we subdivide those into like achievable goals and like how quickly we can sub-levels, sub-goals, and we fucking mash the gas on those goals and we try to get that stuff done.
Sure, sir.
And now we're sitting here, a relatively young band, and we have a van that can take us wherever we want. We're getting ready to go on our first like legit tour.
Talk to me about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like to hear it.
Okay.
I like it.
Tell him, Suit. He does all of our booking. That's another thing. Ladies and gentlemen,
Kudos
we
to
are
the
an
Suit.
independent band.
Ladies and gentlemen.
He handles all of our
You call
booking.
him Suit?
Yeah, Swimsuit.
Swimsuit.
His name's Ryan Calendar, so we call him Swimsuit Calendar. Somehow, this band is the first people to do that.
I know.
I
I
guess
don't
no one
know
in his
what's wrong
life's
with
paid
your
attention
life.
till now. Yeah, we call him Swimsuit Calendar. So
Talk about the nickname.
swimming,
Suit.
swimsuit.
Tell me about the nickname and the tour.
So the nickname is kind of exactly what he said. When we were recording the first album, I walked into the studio one day, and the engineer, Mark Graham, was in there, and he, as far as I could tell, there was no one else in the room. He's like, "What's up, Swimsuit?" And I didn't respond because no one in my life has ever called me that. But I kind of started looking around, and we were alone. I was like, "What did you call me?" He's like, "Swimsuit." You didn't know? That's what everyone's calling you. Swimsuit Calendar. That's the long and short of the whole thing.
I like it.
AKA Swimmy, AKA
tour-
Suit.
Like, how has no one ever called him Swimsuit Calendar?
I know, we were beside us, we're like, really? Nobody ever called you Swimsuit Calendar?
That's the way it is from now on and forever.
Talk to us about the tour.
Yeah, so the tour is just kind of, like we said, we do have these goals, and one of our goals is just like continue getting further and further out of town. We've done pretty good work up and down, mostly up the East Coast. We've played in Maine, Vermont, New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. So we've done a lot of East Coast stuff, but we haven't really gone west. And so we've got a lot of families, we've got a lot of friends out in the Denver area, so we started putting a whole bunch of emails out to about every single venue I could find. And we got a number of hits and enough that is worth going out there, and we got a couple gigs on the way back in Arkansas and Asheville. And and we're always trying to fill the holes, until
You said it. We all heard it. We all heard it.
You said it.
always trying to fill the holes in our schedule. And sorry guys.
No, that's good. Aren't we all?
We are.
Jerry, you should hang out with DR a lot more.
But yeah,
Happy to.
if you know anywhere like in If you know any holes that need filling.
Jackson
On that
Hole.
note, on that note, Andrew, your aunt would like to know about your nickname. Your aunt is watching. What is your nickname?
Oh, yeah.
Give him that mic.
Champ.
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 The champion. The
Champ right
champion.
there. Doug Niven, good friend of this program, used to work with him at NBC 29. He says, Charlie, who had the best roast at your birthday bash?
Well,
I know who.
that's a little bit up for discrepancy because now we found out there was a couple of jokes that may have been stolen. So the person who was in that number 1 slot might not be on that number 9 slot.
You're not talking about Doc
So
Scott,
who's
are
number
you?
You
one?
know we're talking about Doc Scott.
No.
Yeah, he killed it.
stole
He
jokes.
killed it because he robbed it.
No, they were so good.
That's why.
I wrote all my jokes.
I mean, I might have to give it to my mom.
Yeah?
Good job.
Mom was brutal.
Moose did a good job.
Moose did a great job.
some good ones.
Steve and Sammy both did a great job.
Your mom and with your stepdad who went to high school with you.
That is not accurate. That is not accurate. Just so you know. I'm really glad that made this interview though. Not accurate for the
I remember when
record.
Charlie and I were in high school and he had a hot mom, so I just started hitting on her.
Oh my God.
We got a lot of people giving you props right now. Let's thank some of the folks. Jen Blight is tagging Jeff Caladide. I hope I'm saying his last name right. I'm sorry if I'm not. Paul Neebe is giving you some
Paul
serious
Neebe.
props. Congrats,
Yeah.
Ryan. Very cool. You guys have a ton of people liking Disco Risque. Give it a like. Give it a share. I'm going to stop. Debbie Perry says, what up? Peter Marcos is Jeff Burke is watching.
Oh, what up, Burke?
Yeah.
That's my boy.
Song,
Happy birthday to Burke.
song 3. Who wants to set the stage? I'm losing the mic now.
Do robots?
We're going to do this one called Talk to the Robots. Beep boop.
I like that.
You guys getting serious props. The homie Hunter Blackwell says big shout out
Yeah.
to Disco Risque.
That's
Yes.
the homie.
Says you guys sound fantastic. Seth Batten says what up, what up, what up.
Yeah, love me some Seth.
A lot of people jumping on Disco Risque right now. Tori McDaniel, Munchie makes the best faces ever.
Get yourself
Thank
some
you.
Andrea, you're on, says Andrea also makes a serious bass face.
Yeah, it does.
Tori McDaniel, I loved hearing Hollyfield.
Yes.
Hollyfield with Disco Risque for the first time at Misty Mountain. Everyone feeds off one another so well. Give the show a like, give it a
Tori.
share. We'll thank some of the people that are watching right now. Timothy Seal, Elise Underwood.
what
Let's see, who am I missing here? Edward Paul Mims.
Yeah.
Give it some props right there. Garrett Moore, Allison
Right
Gray.
there. What's up, baby?
Give it a like, give it a share. Slim, what did we just hear? Talk to us.
That was talking.
We'll give you that mic.
That was Talk to the Robots. That one is actually you probably want to ask Ryan and Charlie about this. This is their guy.
This
Talk
was
to
the
us.
first one we worked on together after I learned the first album.
It's true.
stuff.
Yeah, it's something.
It's a product of dyslexia.
Yeah,
I'll just
it's,
say that right now.
Okay.
It's musically something I put together, and then I took it to Ryan, and I had some ideas that I really wasn't sure how to harness, and he really sewed it all up and brought it together, and that's why that song is what it is now. It was definitely a communal effort of some pretty far out ideas, as you see where that song starts and where it ends. It goes a lot of places, and in the middle we were like, hey, why don't we put this vocal solo? Weird vocalization.
Yeah, the vocal thing in the middle was definitely like my version of like Great Gig in the Sky. I remember like when he kicked it.
Pink Floyd inspired,
Yeah, he
yeah.
was just like, I got this idea for it and I was thinking about it, and that song's always just been really dope to me. So I was like, you know what, I definitely can't do it like that. But there's a way that it can be done, and I like how it really came together on the album. Actually, came out really nicely, just the way
It did.
We worked with Ricky Olson in Richmond at the
Ward.
Ward, and he's been absolutely
Amazing.
fantastic for our
We would be
sound.
remiss
Amazing
for not
engineer
shouting out to Ricky
Yeah,
Olson.
Ricky
he
Olson,
breathed a
dude,
lot of
for
life
president.
into a
He's
lot of
amazing.
these songs.
Keep
and,
good. Let me throw this to you here. Cliff Davis says, Ryan and the band, awesome. Seen them all over Virginia. Disco Risque is an emerging superstar.
Love that.
yeah.
Thanks,
Talk
bud.
to me, I mean, all over Virginia?
Well, we try and play wherever
Yeah,
we
man,
can. We
yeah.
definitely have a good following in DC. We'll play
See
at
that.
places like Gypsy Sally's and Pearl Street Warehouse, and those places have been really good to us.
Yeah, we got good rapport.
And beyond, we got a lot of love for the 8x10 in Baltimore. Abby, who runs that place, is a rock and roll
Abigail's
queen.
amazing.
And then there's just this really, can't really explain why, but contingency of fans in Central PA. Shout out to Time Relapse and the Three
That's
Civil
the
scene.
Pennsylvania on the
Yep.
team?
Yeah,
That's
I love
Pennsylvania,
Anthony
probably.
and all those guys in Time
Anthony
Relapse
and
who
Lee.
just showed us a lot of love.
The
and
kids in
support.
Medusa's Disco, Hunter, Winton, Alex,
Yep.
all y'all, they've been doing good work for us, and we just really appreciate being able to be part of that as
I
well.
love it. I love it. Bill Granford, welcome to the program. John Hunt is watching in Nantucket. You got some props from Green Dogs Unleashed and Michael's Bistro and Tap House. Meg Taylor is interacting with the feed from Richmond. I think I mentioned Debbie Perry, Jeff Burke. If I haven't mentioned your name, it's not because I don't love you. It's a lot of freaking people are interacting with Disco Risque right now on the show.
We're grateful. Thank y'all. Thank
Let
you
me
guys for
throw
watching.
this to you. Charlie, the evolution, how have you seen the band mature?
Oh boy. Oh man. Well, I think it was. I will personally.
And I'm talking to
say-
the musical sense because I'm
Yeah.
not sure it's happening in the human sense.
You know what?
right
Yeah.
now.
Let's
Never
let's,
will.
Let's go with that.
Can
Yeah.
confirm.
We won't accept it ever maturing in our hands.
Right.
I think that everybody's really just, the first album really shows, being that it's a double disc, that we're trying out a lot of different things. We're trying out a lot of different music. We're trying out a lot of different feels. And, as time went on and we got ready to do this last record, we really, even if we write a lot of different music, I think we really know what our focus is when we're trying to put on a show that really explains what Disco Risque is, and we've got this really heavy funk rock and roll element that we can really push, and it seems to be going over pretty well. So
I see that.
Yeah, we write a lot, and we try not to say no to a lot of things. So we've got a lot of different material, and depending on what show it is, you might get that. But then we've also got the songs that we know are really gonna drive stuff home. And as time's gone on, I just feel like this band is, in a sense of musical maturity, just understands what its job is to do depending on the set and what we got going on. You know what I mean? So we definitely, if we're going in there to play a 60-minute festival slot, you're gonna get your face rocked off. You
I
know
love
what I mean? So, but if we got to go play, two 75 or 90-minute bar slots, you're going to get a lot of different things going on. That's when you're really going to get a lot of that dance element and some surprise covers and things like that. You know what I mean?
I see so much depth and such like this medley of different music that you're putting out there. Like it's an array, it's a robust perspective of musical element that you're putting out there.
We really worked hard
funk,
for that.
I know
we
you
really
make
worked
this
hard for
term,
that.
some jam.
I mean, no, that was
We've
like
gone to
kind of
the
tongue in
same
cheek.
so
I mean,
much.
we definitely come from jam band stuff. I've always been in jam bands, and I do love to jam. But we were kind of like aiming this towards like, songwriting, specific songwriting, kind of adding of like more of a marketable pop element
I
to
see
like
it.
our ideas.
I see it.
But I mean, we do definitely jam.
Yeah, I mean, there's depending
was
on that show, sometimes we don't know where the music's going, but we always know where it's going to end.
Definitely a big decision we made going into the second album was let's make this a focused body of work. Yeah. Like let's make this something in my mind. What I wanted was something that you could realistically listen to all the way through on the way to work. Yeah. In the morning. Like
That's what people are doing right now.
Yeah, I just remember being in high school and kind of like listening to the same couple like over the course of a year. Like you'd have that same album, you'd listen to those same 9 or 10 songs every day on the way to and from school. And like that's how I grew to love bands growing up. So
too.
I figured we needed, or it would be a good idea, not like need, maybe a strong word, but like it was a good move to make something that could be consumed like that in under an hour.
I totally agree with that. Let me get Andrew in the mix and let's do another song here. Guys, leave the show a like and a share. The band is most reminiscent of what kind of bands that are out on the market today?
Cardi B.
Yeah, Cardi B.
Cardi B meets
Lady
Frank Zappa.
Gaga. I don't know. It's definitely heavier. I mean, I've recently been listening to a lot of like Animals as Leaders kind of stuff, and yeah, just like heavy stuff that still has a groove behind it, because that's sort of where I come from. Is just no matter how crazy it gets and how weird everything gets, as long as there's a solid groove in the background, then it's sweet, and I love it.
I love it. You guys have a booking that has now come on the stream. Brian Combs, Pro Renata, says, you guys sound unbelievable. Tell Andrew I said hello. I love the trumpet sound, he says. I tried contacting them a few months ago. I didn't hear back. Can you please get a contact information from me or give them mine? I'm
Probably my
booking
fault.
bands for Pro Renata, and I'd love to have them play soon. GaslightBCmedia@gmail.com.
Dope.
GaslightBCmedia@gmail.com.
Sorry, Brad. My bad.
Sounds
Right
like
now,
you guys
we're all
got
really
a
But
making
speaking
rhyme.
of speaking of gigs in town, we do have one coming up that I want to talk about
Please.
is Rockfest, which our good friend Chris Gallagher has helped put on and definitely put us on the lineup. And it's a 2-day event, Sunday and Monday, the 26th and 27th. And day one is going to be a lot of like national headlines. I got like Puddle of Mud, Salvia. Who else is on here? Trapped, Saving Abel. And then Monday.
Salvia? Did you say Salvia?
I lost my mind like 13 years ago on Salvia.
Didn't we all?
Lost my mind. Okay.
Well, I'm not going to pretend like it's
leave
a.
it at that. We will leave it at that.
I'm not going to pretend like.
Salvia listening to Saliva. It was.
I was there. I was there with you. And
It was in
neither of us
Belmont
have ever
on
done
Little
it.
Grays, and that's all I remember.
Been working on my reading. Sorry. But yeah, day 2 is going to be us, Lolita, Ruckus the Bulldog, Pale Blue Dot, Alive in the Super Unknown, Dropping Julia, and some.
Dropping Julia's coming on this show.
And they're awesome. We got a lot of love for them. And then I guess the Buffalo Wild Wings Blazing Challenge, which I assume is like ripping bongs and eating wings.
If you don't
Weird
like
for
getting ripped and
Virginia,
eating chicken
but-
wings, you're gonna hate this.
Bottom drawer.
Yeah, if you don't like wings, you're gonna hate this. That's the name of it.
Give us a little. Can you give us a rim shot again right there? That Thank you. Thank you.
I'm just gonna stay here. I think I'm hired.
Dude, you guys, we roll the same way. Trust me. We're thinking about doing an I Love CVille festival in Belmont at Fitzgerald Tire, where we would set up
Absolutely.
the stage at Fitzgerald Tire. Those restaurants are our clients. We would clear off the that little downtown strip.
We definitely
and
wanna
then
do
just
that.
play live music, do a scavenger hunt, tie some charities to it.
One problem you'll have is like not booking everyone. There are a lot of really good bands.
Every Friday we feature a badass band. You guys are undoubtedly,
there are some
and I'm
awesome
not going to get
bands.
myself in trouble, but I'm just going to do it like this. One of the best we have had here.
Thank you.
Thank you for saying that.
We heard
You guys
that back
have
at
the
our very
hook.
first gig ever.
I'll tell you guys
Dude,
what,
Bob
last
Plant,
week
too.
you had Stray Fossa, and that's
Fossa,
one of my, if not my favorite local band.
I did
man.
watch that
Those
Stray
guys are
Fossa.
awesome,
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, it's true. You're always talking about them.
I'm
Stray
always
Fossa's
chatting
legit.
them up.
He booked them, and we were like, "You're going to play an acoustic set." They're like, "All right, dude, let's rock, baby."
Jeremy Piven, PCU. I've been caught in their shirts at their shows twice, not knowing that they were playing. I just had their shirt on.
Great movie.
Boom. I'm like, damn. I'm that guy.
Hunter Blackwell is loving. I think Hunter, are you loving the Ripper references here? I think what Hunter is loving the Ripper references right now. Hunter, I love him.
That doesn't sound like him one bit.
That doesn't sound like Hunter. I'm going to leave it at that, Hunter. Can we hear another one?
Yeah, let's do one more.
Okay, all
Bag
right.
of tricks.
Yeah, that song's called Bag of Tricks.
Right from the B section?
Skipping the intro?
Yeah, start from the chords.
Oh, yeah, baby. How about that? Feels good. Doesn't it? It's like warm bath. A little jump for peoples.
Bit of my soul.
When you look at something that I gave away, thought I had what you want, told me that you came to stay. Alter. And when you look, you told me that you came to play, thought I had what you want. Time after time we climb these walls, hoping someone's at the top. Over and over we cross these lines, wondering when it's gonna stop. Time after time we climb these walls, hoping someone's at the top. Over and over we cross these lines, wondering when it's gonna stop. With my back and tricks, you reach deep down, let's start the game.
We got Charlottesville's finest here. We'll appreciate you, officer. Okay. We're doing a live broadcast. We're almost done. We have 253,000 people watching us right now, officer. Well, 1 second. This is the I Love CVille Show on the I Love CVille Network. Disco Risque in the house. You guys are utterly crushing it.
Seriously, this was
Yeah,
great, man.
we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. We appreciate everybody that's watching the show. Give it a like, give it a share. Follow Disco Risque on Facebook. Do you guys have a website?
We do.
DiscoRisque.com. Thank you kindly for joining us. You guys rock. The show is archived on ilovecville.com this afternoon. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you Monday at 12:30 for 250,000 people on the I Love CVille Network. Enjoy your afternoon. Great work, fellas. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. That was a great stop. That was great. Hey, did you have fun?
I'm sorry.